Hello to everybody in Rapid City and Yankton and Sioux Falls. Glad to see you. This I guess will be our last video of the year already, so we've had a lot of fun putting these together this year, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed them. Maybe we'll try to do a couple this summer and put them on our Facebook page so you can kind of keep up with how things are going at the farm. It's really been a cool, moist spring so far. It's just really been a different year than we had last year as far as how we've gone in our weather pattern here. We've had snow every week at least once in the month of April, and we even had snow last week on May 2nd. So it's just been crazy cool and crazy moist. We've picked up about 5 inches of moisture in the last month, which has been very nice, but these cool temperatures have really kept us from getting anywhere as far as our field work goes. We've worked some ground, but normally by today, which is the 5th of May, we would have all our alfalfa planted and most of our corn in the ground. This year, we haven't planted anything. We've put on some fertilizer and we've worked some ground, but the soil temps have been so cool and damp that we just haven't dared plant any seed yet. This is a piece of ground that we worked up last week before we got the snow. We thought we would plant some alfalfa in here, and then we got our snow and cool temps again, and so we haven't done anything. As you can see, it's kind of another dark, overcast day. The ground's starting to get dry on top, so we're not far away. If we would just get some heat and some sun tomorrow, I would think we could go pretty quick. But when I can take this soil and squeeze it into a ball, and it'll stay in a ball, then we know it's still a little too damp for us to be working in here. If we go in to work this ground when it's too wet, we're going to have some problems because we'll pack the ground too much. Once we pack that ground into that ball, it doesn't make for a very nice seed bed anymore, and it won't really loosen itself back up on its own. So we need to let this dry for another day or so and let it get a little lighter and fluffier before we dare come in here and plant. But it won't be long, hopefully. The weather report sounds a little more promising for this week, so we're hopeful that we'll get some alfalfa in and hopefully get started on corn this week too. We're going to go ahead and take you over and show you what's going on in the cattle business now. Even though we had 5 inches of rain in April and some more rain in March, you can see our grass really hasn't started to grow very rapidly yet. We've just been so cool, just extraordinarily cool in the evenings especially. And so, as you can see, we don't really have enough grass yet to really support our cows and to get them out onto the pasture. And so we've still got our cattle in the feed yard, still feeding them corn stalks and alfalfa and stuff. And we'd like to get this grass up about like that before we turn the cows loose, because if we turn them out too early, they'll eat this grass right down to the ground and it'll take too long for it to recover. We'd like to get the grass ahead of the cattle or get a good start to our pasture growth before we turn our cattle out. So we've got the cattle over in the yards yet. We'll go take a look at them. We've still got the cattle in the feed yard because, like I said, we're trying to let our pastures get a little bit caught up. And so we're feeding them a combination of really high quality alfalfa along with some baled corn stalks and some corn and some vitamins and minerals. We grind the hay and the corn stalk bales up, and then we put it all together in a feed wagon, and it kind of mixes it together. And so it's a good diet and the cattle are doing fine on it, but we're really looking forward to the day when we can park the feed wagon in the machine shed and turn these cows out on grass. We've got just about all our babies in. Some of these little guys are getting to be close to a month of age, and so they're starting to come up to the bunks and eat with their mothers a little bit, but a lot of them are still relying exclusively on mama's milk. As you can see, just about all of our calves are red. Because we use red bulls, we've got predominantly red calves. We do have a handful of blacks because if you breed a black cow to a red bull, the calves will still come out black because the black is the dominant color in cattle. But as you can see, these little guys, most of them are from 2 weeks to a month old, and they're doing very well, but I know they're looking forward to getting out on the pasture and kicking their heels up a little bit too. So we'll hope that in another week or two we'll be able to send them on down the road. I'm going to give you a look at how the 4-H pigs are coming. We've got quite a few pretty nice ones. As you can see, these guys are really stylish and they've got a lot of muscle. So So the kids are really looking forward to the show season this year because we think we've really got a nice set of pigs for them to show. We've sold a few to some other area kids, and we'll sell a few more this week, but we'll probably keep 10 to 12 pretty nice ones back for ourselves, and then a few more for our neighbor kids. But just wanted to show you how fast these little guys grow because they really take off. These guys are only about less than 90 days old, and as you can see, there's probably a lot of them that are over 100 pounds already, so won't be long, and it'll be fair time, but the way these guys are growing, they'll sure be ready. The only good thing about being a late start to the spring is we have had a lot of time to work on equipment. We've done some things with our planters so that we can put some additional fertilizer and insecticide down along with the corn seed all at the same time, and that should be helpful as far as hopefully helping us to grow a better corn crop. And of course we've gone through our sprayer and a lot of our tillage equipment and stuff and had most of it out in the field already. Our sprayer is a pretty important tool. We use it to apply some fertilizer from time to time, and of course we use it to apply pesticides to control the insects and the weeds in our fields. Unfortunately, we got back down to 26 degrees last week, and because we had our sprayer out and had water in it, it got so cold that we actually broke some of the fittings in our sprayer, and so we've got a little more work to do again tomorrow morning to get it ready to go back to the field. So never a dull moment out here at the farm, I guess. I think you probably got a peek at our dog Sadie. I know a lot of you kids have asked about whether we have pets out here at the farm, and that was our St. Bernard Cross Sadie. So I hope you guys have a great summer, and hopefully we can put a video on our Facebook page and get our planting wound up here in the next few weeks. So hope school and tests go well for you, and you guys all have a great summer. We've really enjoyed doing these videos, and I hope you learned a little something from them. Thanks, guys.